Greatest knockouts of all time. Can we get a drum roll? Can we get a drum roll? Okay. Number 1. Sugar Ray Robinson. The original. Sugar Ray Robinson versus Gene Fullmer in the rematch. Here's one of the things you got to know. Sugar Ray Robinson might be the greatest fighter of all time. A lot of people feel he is. I got Henry Armstrong. I got Sam Langford. Google him. Go ahead. I got a few guys. I got Sugar Ray Robinson in there too. Because of his talents, his abilities, his consistency, 200 fights. We're never going to have an era like that again. Ever. Ever. And because the best fought the best, and you had a lot of the best. Because you had a lot of clubs around the country where fighters could become fighters, where they could hone their skills, where they could develop, where they could... You have a great surgeon, guess what? The surgeon has to have a place to do surgery to become greater. The fighters had a place to do fights to become greater. They fought. Nowadays, what do you fight? You have a long career if you had 30 fights, 40 fights, very long. Well, back in those days, you had 30 fights in a year. There was a lot of clubs, a lot of places to fight. And when you had a lot of places to fight, you could get better. And Gene Fullmer was a tremendous middleweight champion. Strong, like country strong, Ken. They would call him country strong. You know, picking up bales of hay. Came from Utah. And now you're going to get Utahrians, or whatever they call. They'll be calling in saying, oh, I didn't pick up bales of hay, Teddy. Why are you lumping us into a group? I'm from Utah, and we don't pick up bales of hay. All right, okay, you didn't pick up one. Maybe you should, because it's it's a good workout. It's not going to hurt you. But okay, you're not one of them. But country strong, not just lifting weights. Country strong, real strength, great shin. One thing about Sugar Ray Robinson, you know what you didn't want to be around back in those days with Sugar Ray Robinson, Ken?
What's that? An opponent?
You didn't want to be the guy who beat him and is fighting him in the rematch. That's one of the reasons he was great. Because if you were lucky enough, and very few people beat him, but if you were fortunate enough, good enough, whatever, to beat him, well, in the rematch, you usually got knocked out. Because he fixed what went wrong.
Yeah.
One of the signs of a great one. You beat Michael Jordan. Everybody's been watching the documentary Last Dance. You beat Michael Jordan once. You didn't want to face him the second time.
Yep.
Because he came ready. More than ready. Because that's one of the things that kept him up at night. And it's what made him, one of the things that made him great. So, it's the rematch. Fullmer had beaten him. And here's Sugar Ray Robinson, who was really a welterweight. You know, he went up to middleweight, even went up to light heavyweight to fight Joey Archer. And, yeah, I mean, you know, but a lot of people say probably the greatest welterweight maybe of all time. And he's fighting, he's fighting Fullmer. In a rematch, Robinson had been middleweight champ, and he's fighting Fullmer. And Fullmer, this strong bull guy, who was underrated as a fighter too, but just really strong. He's coming at him, and Robinson, never seen before in the ring. I never seen him before. The great ones just make it up as they do it sometimes. They just make it up. Henry Armstrong on the horn. I never heard that note before.
Mm-hmm.
It's the great Henry Armstrong. He just made it. He did it. You know, Jimi Hendrix on the guitar, playing it upside down. Upside down. Upside down.
Yeah.
And makes his own music. Sugar Ray Robinson, Fullmer's coming at him. Robinson steps to his right. Pop. Steps to his right. Pop. And at the same time, never seen this before, really. I'm sure fighters have done it. But as he steps to his right, boom, he times a left hook. Short. Like, short. And Google it, baby. Well, no, Rob's going to take care of it. But, just what can I say? Magnificent. Knocks out Fullmer. Fulmer's tremendous chin, everything. Never sees a punch coming. Unbelievable. Because everything goes into it. It's not just the power, not just the result. What does Teddy Atlas put into picking his greatest knockouts of all time? The guy who's getting knocked out, the level of competition. All right. I think it's got to be part of it. It's got to be significant. The way he does it, the technique he uses, how he gets it across, the power, the result, how dynamic, how explosive, maybe how legendary sometimes. And sometimes it'll have to do with the moment too. Was he behind? Did he have to find a way?